Here comes the Peel P50, the smallest car ever produced. Produced in 1962 in the Isle of Man, but it takes a long time to start with. There lived two blokes, Henry Kissack and Cyril Connell, with a dream in their heads: to make a city car supreme. In post-war Britain, petrol cost a lot of dosh. Car parking spaces a nightmare scenario. What did they do? Made everything smaller, naturally. And when I say smaller, I mean a lot smaller. A car so small you could actually hoik and move it about. No reverse gear? Don't fret about it. Just grab the handle at the back and hoik it about. But here's the mad part. It actually qualified for the road. Even in 1960s terms, that doesn't sound plausible. Let's talk about dimensions, for dimensions are totally outlandish. Length, 54 inches. Shorter even than a motorcycle in most cases. Width, 41 inches. Narrower even than your living room couch at home. Height, 47 inches. Shorter even than most kids. Weight, 130 pounds. Lighter even than most of its operators. To put it in a little perspective, a current Mini Cooper is actually 3 times larger in dimensions. A smart car? It's a yacht in comparison. The whole car could fit in a pickup truck's bed, with room for grocery bags to spare.
Nice.
The interior? Let's say intimate. 1 seat, 3 wheels, and a little bag for room. Windshield wiper? 1. Because that's all you're ever going to have a use for when your windshield is roughly about the same dimensions as a laptop computer monitor. Powered by a 49 cubic centimeter DKW-powered little 4.2 horsepower, not necessarily unfiltered, but 4.2 horsepower, I'm not exaggerating. A modern lawnmower carries a larger horsepower rating. But for whatever reason, it could move at 38 miles an hour. Most drivers probably hoped not, at least. Transmission? Manual 3-speed with no synchromesh. Because who in the world needs it when cruising at such a snail's pace? And fuel economy? 1 tank full took 100 miles. In 1962, a miracle. Today, a wonder. Chassis, steel tubing frame, body, fiberglass? Because a pound is a pound, and a pound is a pound, and a pound is a pound. And only 47 produced in its first run-through, handmade in a small works one at a time. Price tag? 199 pounds in 1962. That's about 4,500 pounds in today's value. Not a lot for a good motorcycle, but then, examples that survive sell for over 100,000 pounds today. Talk about a payback period. Only about 27 originals survive, all with its own individual history. And then, in 2007, a miracle happened. Jeremy Clarkson took one through the BBC headquarters, in and out of elevators, down corridors, past bemused office workers, everyone then and there coveting a P50. That one clip made the P50 a household name, even in its whole run of production. Became the little car that could, and did, in front of an audience of 1 million+ viewers. The P50 is a Guinness World Record holder for being the smallest car ever produced. But it's not a record breaker alone. It's a demonstration that sometimes the most outlandish ideas pay off. A car for one person alone. No room for bags, no reverse gear. And yet, inexplicably, it lived forever. Every big car museum wants one. British Motor Museum, private collections, and even Jay Leno's collection have one in them. Despite, of course, having to watch him climb in and out of it, a spectacle in and of itself. It's been in movies, television, and even commercials. Not a bad record for a car smaller than many office chairs. It's even been printed onto stamps, written about in books, made into toys and replicas. Ever wondered what living with a P50 is actually like? Let's start with getting in. You don't enter so much, but pour yourself in. The door? It opens forwards, like a fridge, and takes up roughly half the car's length. The seat? Generous to say a seat, even. It's a sort of padded bench, but not one with any room for adjustments, naturally, because there isn't any room for them. Controls? Interesting, then. The gear lever is on your left, because somewhere else isn't an option. Handlebar? Handlebar? Yeah, almost vertical, then, as in riding a bike that's been squashed in a vise. Need to check your blind spots? Turn your whole body, then, and the car will follow naturally. Yes, I mean it. Racing history, actually. In 2012, a group of enthusiasts organized a first-ever P50 Grand Prix. Imagine it, 12 P50 careening about a car park. Top speed? About a jog, roughly. But competition? Tough, then. Because when everyone's car boasts 4.2 horsepower, it comes down to skill, then. By skill, I mean who can manage not to tip over naturally. The success of the P50 encouraged others to follow in its path. Thailand's Bambi car. Smaller even, believe it or not, but not street legal naturally, for a variety of reasons. Germany's Brooch Mopetta. Same premise, Same execution, but with a German twist. Japan's Midget, that for some reason seemed even weirder. But none captured the heart of the first. Modern car designers draw inspiration to this day from the P50. Micro EVs in China follow its mantra. Honda's micro-mobility concepts draw its cues. Even Tesla enthusiasts have produced renders for a Model P. Elon, pay attention, please. In a society obsessed with big trucks and big SUVs, could the humble P50's extreme minimalism ethos actually be the answer we're looking for?